Well, my solution is to use 5 basic shapes: the oblong, the square, the circle, the oval and the triangle. And they don't have to be exactly that size or shape. You could have an oblong that's very long and thin that way or that way. And similarly with the triangle, you could have a long thin triangle like that, or you could have a triangle with unequal sides like that. It doesn't matter. Each of those shapes can be stretched and manipulated in whatever way you want to give you the basic framework, the scaffolding if you like, of any picture. Now, I know drawing trees, never mind even painting them, causes so many students all sorts of problems. You can use a whole variety of basic shapes. For instance, if you wanted to do a fir tree, then nothing more complicated than an elongated triangle and perhaps an oblong underneath that gives you the basic shape. Have you ever played cards in your life? I'm sure you must have done. And I'm sure at some time you'll have picked up the ace of clubs. And what is the ace of clubs except 3 circles and a bit of a triangle? Okay, let's start stretching that a little bit. Let's make 1 circle here like that. Let's make 1 a bit bigger here and 1 somewhere in between, bigger than that but smaller than that. Start to develop a little bit of a tree, so that it really is starting to distort in all sorts of directions. But the main thing, the most important thing, is that it's starting to really look like a summer tree in full bloom from 3 circles and a bit of a triangle, otherwise known as the ace of clubs. Now here's one that always causes a panic with students when you put this sort of thing in front of them. For this one, I've put an acetate over the horse's photograph. Now let's just concentrate on some big shapes. There's a triangle, there's another triangle with a squared off end. You've got a little bit of a triangle for the underneath of the belly, and then you've got another oblong here like that. We then come down to yet another sort of triangle. Oh, and you've also extended the leg as an oblong there. Another short oblong there to the knee, another short, well, almost a square, and then finally a triangle. Right, we've taken the photograph away, and even without me doing anything about that picture, you can see right away you've got the semblance of a heavy horse and the weight and the mass of that horse. All of the shapes have all been produced in the right proportion. These shapes don't have to be perfect first time. You can change them and mix and match as much as you want to, as much as you need to. So right away I can see that that front leg needs to be a little bit longer. Now you see, I hope you can see the need for doing these quite light, because you're going to have to rub these construction lines out. That perhaps needs to be a bit deeper, but do you see what's happening? I'm not worried about getting them in the wrong place, because with them being construction lines, I know that they're going to get rubbed out or they're going to get altered as I need to. Right, now I'm not rubbing all these lines out completely. I'm just taking the bulk of them. You should still be able to see the outline of the horse. Well, the first thing I'm going to do is to round off the ears. You can see that now I'm able to very simply draw out these lines in a much more confident manner. And even if it is in a little bit of the wrong spot and you draw something slightly wrong, it doesn't matter, because you're confident that you can very easily change it, because you only have a minor adjustment to do instead of rubbing the whole thing out or throwing it away and starting again. As I said, I'm not making any attempt to shade anything in, simply to make the shape right for when I come to draw it, when I come to paint it rather. Okay, that's fine for now. The whole exercise is designed to show you how simple it is to go from that through to that through to that, and if you follow those simple principles, then I promise you, you won't go far wrong.